Welcome to Rise and Grind with Jessica and Meghan, live on GrindCityMedia.com from the American Home Shield studio at FedEx Forum. Now, here's your hosts, Jessica Benson and Meghan Triplett.
I think he got that special gene that you look and say he's playing the game the right way, and he's not worried about what's happening individually. Numbers, that's why they just come because he plays the game the right way.
Look at his move. Oh, no. His handles, not only as a dribbler, but as a finisher, are remarkable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. Uh-oh. Wowzers! Ja Morant to the basket. And there's the rookie announcing his presence. A little bit of magic from Morant for three. Bingo! An incredible play by Ja Morant.
He's fearless. He's such a cerebral player. Although he can score, and he loves being a facilitator and making the game easy for his teammates.
Morant taking what the defense is giving him the entire night, finding his teammates.
What a pass! Morant takes middle, drops it up. Beautiful dump off. Morant going behind the back. Ball for Clark. The binoculars come out.
The passes that he is making off the charts.
Can he handle it? Can he shoot it? Can he pass it? I mean, come on. How much better do you want him to do?
Irving against Morant. Irving blocked by Morant. We're going to overtime.
He's always communicating, lifting up guys.
Keep up our energy, yo. Just be patient. Leave it out there. We got 5 minutes. Let's go!
He sees it all, partner. Wherever you may be, he sees you.
And with a running start, elevate. Point dunks. Oh, my goodness. Ja Morant with elevation. They're all standing here in Charlotte. Morant down the lane, lays it up. It is! Holy cow! Ja Morant.
Let's go! The 2020 candidate we deserve.
Yes, Ja Morant.
Ja Morant.
Rookie
What's up?
of the year.
That's, I think every episode of Rise and Grind should start with that kind of hype. It is a good morning. It is July 23rd. It's time to Rise and Grind. Jessica Benson.
And I'm Meghan Triplett, and we are rocking our joggles. If you came to a game, this was a giveaway. The joggles, we all know it. You saw it. You just saw it. Ja Morant,
My
R12.
friend kind of yelled at me the other day on our first show. I like took a picture like this. She's like, "You're not supposed to touch your face right now." I was like, "But
It's for
joggles.
Ja.
It's okay."
We have hand sanitizer.
We do.
It's good.
Sanitize up, goggle up.
I
that
can't
video's
see.
hype. Yeah, I can't. I have
I
fake
actually
eyelashes on.
I have
and
really glasses because
they
I can't
hit-
see. I'm blind.
They hit the joggles. Ooh, there we
Yeah,
go.
but I'm excited. That video was released yesterday on our social media sites. Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year. We got to give a shout out to our video producer, Michael Blevins. He did an excellent job on that video. It makes you like super hype and just ready and set for, the scrimmage is on Friday. We get to see 12 out there playing so soon.
Scrimmages are Friday, as you said, and exciting stuff as we continue to assume, by all means, that Ja Morant will be named Rookie of the Year when the NBA hands out their awards before the season gets started. But, he is Rookie of the Year.
We might as well go ahead and say it,
The
right?
conversation's been so definitive, especially lately as it's picked up. And as we said on yesterday's show, ESPN had their predictions come out. He got the unanimous vote there. You see the video yesterday of him that was posted on social media. And you had Ja himself saying he's just trying to get that Patrick Mahomes money. He's just looking for that Patrick Mahomes
It's
contract.
coming.
Aren't we all just looking for that Patrick Mahomes?
Between everybody's getting paid. We found that out. We'll get to that a little bit later, who else is getting paid, but it's coming. Like, I tweeted at John saying, it's coming. We all know it's coming.
She didn't remember the tweet.
Huh?
She didn't remember the tweet.
I didn't remember
Devin
it.
gave
It was
her props for responding to the tweet. She was like, what tweet?
it was a rough
long
night.
day.
It was a rough night
It's a
last
long
night for me,
day.
but I'm here.
You are here.
I'm here. That's
We're
all that
here.
matters.
And it's a huge day. For baseball fans, happy opening day. Exciting stuff with MLB returning tonight. Basketball is back, kind of. I've never been so excited for scrimmages in all my life.
I think everybody was excited for scrimmages. This is a whole new game. We've been saying it throughout. I don't know for how long you saw it on the court. The video boards had the fans in there. It was just so much going on last night in the 3 scrimmages that we had. Basketball is back. Basketball, like Wednesday night, it was just so much going on in general on a Wednesday night, but it is back. There's so many storylines from those scrimmages, and we got to start. How about we start with Denver, right?
Yes.
The lineup.
My hometown.
They took Mile High to another level. They took it literally.
Tall ball.
Yes. Like,
Tall ball
look
was
how
born.
tall this lineup is. I mean, when you think about it, though, this kind of makes sense because Denver, they don't have that many active players. They only had 8 players available. So they had, you saw 5 Nuggets standing 6'7" or taller, 3 of them 6'11" or taller. That's crazy.
And you had Jokic at the point. Jamal Murray, one of those Nuggets who was not playing in yesterday's game. But the biggest story, so first you see that starting lineup and you're just like, yo, basketball's back. Let's get weird. Let's get bubbled. And then you see Bol Bol.
Yes.
And Bol Bol's debut had everyone so hyped. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocks in the Nuggets scrimmage over the win over the Wizards. We were talking a little bit before the show. I just remember feeling so bad for Bol Bol at the draft last year. And Devin, you were there. You could just feel the pain.
In the room, it was bad. Like, you could feel like something bad was happening. So, like, to see him thrive the way he did yesterday, it made the soul kind of feel good.
Yes, and just that awkward situation as he continued to fall further and further, goes late in the second round. He'd had foot surgery, kind of derailed his whole college career at Oregon. Ends up going to the Nuggets, played a little bit in the G League, comes out here, and listen, this is Jaw country right here. This is Jaw territory. So I'm not going to say that Ja Morant's lucky Rookie of the Year voting is done for the season and that like Bol Bol's coming for his title. But I will say it was a really feel-good moment to see Bol Bol, to see what was up with the Nuggets. And I mean, he's out there. He's hitting threes. He's doing a little pick and roll action with Jokic. It was just fun to see. And again, the fact that we're talking about basketball, like real life basketball.
Yeah,
we made
and
it.
he got drug tested right afterwards.
And he
That's
got
the
drug
funniest
tested
part.
right
The NBA is like, you know what? That's not normal. Hey, we got a random drug test waiting for you when you get to the locker room.
That's crazy that happened. It's kind of, you hate to think of why the random drug test came. He's just absolutely phenomenal. He was playing so well. They said, okay, well, let's just make sure everything's okay.
Make sure you're not doing things when you were alone. Also, a side note, I told you this before the show, Jessica. I know everybody was so happy about Bol Bol. I also felt bad for him sitting in that draft room. But let's keep it to Virgils. That's my tagline on this show. There's a guy that plays in that building right there, right next to us, next door. He does the same exact things at a higher clip. Last name Jackson Jr., first name Jaren. Just going to drop that there.
2 verticals.
That's true.
Yeah, 2 Virgils, baby.
That's true. Well, and guess what? We'll get to see Jaren. Hopefully everyone's going to be talking about him.
Yeah,
come Friday.
exactly. So
come
here,
Friday.
Bol Bol,
let him have his moment. Let him have his whole entire moment.
Let him feel good. It's been a journey.
Yes, it
been
has.
a journey.
We got to give them their moment. We also got to talk about in that Denver game with their live stream of it all. I mean, the whole entire thing. It started with like the Zoom call gone from just. It started like every Zoom call has been going for everyone's meetings when you do it. Hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Am I there? Like they had a difficult time setting up. This is something different. They had them set up from their homes, and of course they're trying to stream it. But it started out just really rocky. But I think everyone can kind of resonate with that. We've all been there. I've been talking on Zoom calls. I've been muted before. It's difficult.
No, I think they should definitely adopt the old singular commercials. Like, can you hear me now? Mm-hmm. Good.
Good.
Right. Welcome to Zoom in 2020. It was a busy day in general yesterday, and then you have the versus battle that everyone was waiting for to cap off the night. It was like a sweet, sweet lullaby as I'm trying to go to bed earlier, but I'm up here watching Snoop and DMX go
a
back
lullaby?
and forth.
That's not a lullaby.
Hey, it's the new way to go to bed. All rules off the board in 2020. Goodnight Moon has turned into a versus battle between Snoop and DMX. But it was live capacity reached like 1.9 million.
We won, Megan.
We won.
The people.
The people won.
The people won.
I'm gonna go with Snoop won.
Snoop won.
Snoop won, and he also won
the 3 of us
overtime.
said would happen.
Yeah, he also won overtime because after the battle was over, he just stood there and freestyled.
Oh my God.
And DMX was like, "Bro, I'm trying to go to the crib. Like, can you chill?"
And he's like trying to get DMX. He's like, "Come on, man. Like you can do it." And he's like, "No, like
he's like,
wrap this up.
I just want to go home."
It was absolutely amazing. It's always great to see like who's in, who's watching live. You got Carmelo in there. I mean, could you imagine just like I would love to have seen if the NBA bubble could have had like a watch party for this and like had set it up, especially at the pool.
When
had
they
a little
tried to
box
do the
backdrop.
DJ.
They had the DJ. No one was really feeling that, so that could have been something amazing. Carmelo was in there. A lot of other celebrities were in there. Everybody was loving it. I mean, the verses, this whole quarantine has been good. Everyone was waiting for this Battle of the Dogs moment. I just think Snoop resonates, his music resonates more with me, but DMX, he started out with a prayer, like DMX style, which we all knew that DMX was gonna kind of preach some type of word over us and to us, and it was good to see them. I think, when the Versus battle first started out, everyone was separate. But now to see them people in the actual rooms, they can kind of get themselves hyped, and they're having a big party. It was a fun Wednesday night, especially coming off of the scrimmages.
I want to go right
Snoop's
rewind.
dance.
She said Snoop's music resonates with her. Nothing but a G thing resonates with you.
It does.
Gin and juice
Hey, look,
resonates.
DMX is amazing.
and juice
I will
is
say
really
this.
what
I will
I
say this.
grew up
I wore
on.
my TSU sweatshirt because of this moment. The Versus battle, it literally took me back to college. Like, I'm Greek. Shout out to all my sorors, AKs. This was like you could have had a stroll off. Like, I feel like it was so epic, and it took me back to our pep rallies at TSU. We partied. The music was amazing. The younger generation, I do wonder what they thought about it. This Generation X, like, they're like, oh, okay, so that was the music they listened to.
That's cute.
Back then.
Look at the
Yeah,
old
that's
heads.
cute.
Yeah, that's cute. I got a
Meanwhile,
text.
we're like, this is how it's done.
Is he yelling? Is DMX yelling? I don't know. I don't understand it.
Why is he barking? Why is he so aggressive?
I don't know.
But like Snoop's dance moves the whole time were just a mood. Like those are my similar catalog of dance moves, and I do not look nearly as cool. He just looks so smooth the whole time.
He'll always be. He'll
He'll
always be the
How old
cool
is Snoop? I
the
meant to
cool
look it up.
uncle.
Snoop is like
Gotta be
50s,
50s, right?
50s.
Yeah.
He's forever Uncle Snoop.
He's everyone's cool uncle at the family reunion. He's got the groove. He's got the moves. You always start with the hands and the shoulders. He's killing. The hair game is always good.
He's
Slick
48.
back.
Who said he's in his 60s?
I thought he
Oh,
was
my
in
bad.
his
He
50s.
looks, he looks old as
The
hell.
man's 48
Devin's
years
younger.
old.
Devin's young. He's young.
I know. You're at that
He
age
seems
where
like
people
he's
in their
60, right?
40s.
He seems like he's 60. Oh man, so much going on last night, but we've
good.
got to get to now. Talk about our Grizzlies, right?
Yeah.
It's time to go to our daily grind. If you missed, first of all, Coach Jenkins, we had him on the show yesterday. If you missed that interview, you got to check it back onto our Grind City Media Twitter and our website. It was absolutely amazing. We got to hear from him again last night after practice. Everyone was talking about justice and we're getting closer.
Yeah, I would strongly recommend going back and watching that Taylor Jenkins interview. He's awesome. I had, my parents don't live here, and so they're still getting familiarized with the Grizzlies and have been over the last couple of years, but both of them just like, oh, that Taylor Jenkins, like, what a great coach. What a great seeming guy.
He's our coach of the year, rightfully so.
Yeah, he's Magic Johnson's coach of the year and our coach of the year right here. We have a special guest joining us this morning, the one and only Rob Fisher, sideline reporter for the Memphis Grizzlies, Grind City Media's own, and father of a superstar, Keegan. Rob, how's it going?
It's good. Hey, I got something for you guys. Here's a picture of me and Snoop.
Oh my, of course you do.
Where did you find?
Is that going to be? Have you already shout him out for your NBA friends yet? Like shout out because you do your Twitter shout out to all my friends. Today has to be Snoop.
Yeah, I got to throw Snoop out there today, no doubt about it. And it was funny because you mentioned he's everybody's uncle. At the end of the interview with Snoop, he said, "Thank you very much, my nephew." So Snoop is my uncle for sure.
He's everyone's uncle.
So wait, so does that make him Keegan's great uncle?
Yes.
So
yes,
Keegan's
that's
legendary
exactly
status just continues to skyrocket.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Now, Fish, we got to start with talking to you about the Justice news of his injury. He's out for the rest of the season. How do you think this impacts the Memphis Grizzlies, especially when it comes to that rotation? I know we were all excited to see him out there and make his Grizzlies debut.
Yeah, well, I guess it just affects it to where it goes back to what it was. So I don't know. You hate to say it doesn't have an impact because you were used to playing without him, but it does have an impact because it would have been great to have that experience of Justin Winslow playing and having a lineup that you don't have film on, and what he can do and the different things that he can bring to the table, and how versatile he is and how positionless he is. Those things are so valuable, and to not have that is very disappointing. And just to see him not make his debut is very disappointing because I know he was anticipating it, and we were anticipating seeing how he fit in with this lineup as well. So it's disappointing more than anything, and disappointing for him, disappointing for the team not being able to see him and how he gels and how he fits in with the organization. So got to wait till next year. But as far as, how it affects rotations and things like that, well, I think you go back to what you were doing prior to the halt of play. Your starting lineup, I imagine, would stay the same. I think the starting lineup may have stayed the same anyway. Where it really affects the team is coming off the bench, and I think the one guy that it really affects is Josh Jackson. He was great before play was halted, and with Justice Winslow coming, you wondered if that would bite into his minutes a little bit. But now he's going to have that opportunity to play and try to continue the role he was on before play was halted, scoring 15 or more points in his last 5 games. So hopefully he'll get that opportunity and he can take advantage of it.
A piece of the Justice equation is how quickly he kind of melted in with this team and the instant chemistry, the energy that he brought. We have Tyus Jones and Brandon Clark reacting to Justice Winslow being out. Let's take a quick listen.
It hurts. It hurts. And, I just feel so bad for him just because I know he put in a lot of time and work to get back healthy for, to be able to play down here in Orlando. So I know he was excited about the opportunity to get out there for the first time, in a Grizzlies uniform. And obviously myself, Grayson was excited to get back out there and play with him again. And then, the whole team was just excited to get a chance to see him out there with us. And we spent a lot of time off the floor, obviously, together, but to finally get him in uniform was going to be exciting and amazing. So it hurts, and we're hurting for him because we know how much it meant to him to get out there. But it's just another small setback, and something that we know he'll work his tail off, to be able to rehab this, get back healthy, and be good to go in the near future.
Yeah, for us, it was really tough. For me, it was very tough too, because I just watched him go through so much rehab. He's worked so hard on his body, and just injuries are something that's really tough in the game. You can do everything right and still get hurt. Even the best players in the world can still get hurt just from doing average play. So obviously it's tough to see that. But with that being said, I'm sure that he's gonna come back next year fine, and he'll go hard in his rehab again, and he'll come back just fine next year.
Says it well. Sucks now. We talked about that yesterday too, and Rob, I'm sure you agree that as much as we wanted to see him coming up and playing, they do still have a scrimmage to get ready for now on Friday. You mentioned a little bit, how does this change how they approach this first scrimmage? They'd been working, assuming that he would be playing. Now they're not. What are your expectations coming up for this first one?
Well, I think some teams haven't taken it really seriously. The lineup that Denver threw out there yesterday was interesting, I guess, to say the least. But I think the Grizzlies will take it seriously. I think you'll see Taylor Jenkins working on, getting the team ready. We saw in the preseason this past year that, they worked on building that camaraderie that we've seen. They've worked on building that, just that team chemistry, and it's something Taylor Jenkins continues to talk about being the main focus for the Grizzlies in these scrimmage games and even in camp so far, is just getting that sort of gelling back together once again. So I imagine that you'd see your starting lineup. I imagine that you'd see the Grizzlies play it, like they would play a regular season game, at least for the first half of these scrimmages. So I expect to see, the Grizzlies come out and play their lineups, play their rotations, and just to try and get back into the swing of things against Philadelphia tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, and to see the improvement of Ja, and Brandon Clark and Ja Morant are no longer rookies, I don't think. With this long layoff now, they're in their second season starting, and Jaren Jackson being healthy. So I think there's a lot of excitement to see with this team, even with losing Justice Winslow. That was a tough blow, but I think it'll be exciting to see where they're at, where that chemistry is at, where their shooting is at. And they got a pretty good test with Philadelphia coming up. And Philadelphia's got some things that they need to really address, because, they were a team that they struggled chemistry-wise. So I think they'll be coming out trying to, give it everything that they got as well. So I expect a very competitive scrimmage tomorrow when the Grizzlies take on Philadelphia. And just looking forward to seeing basketball again. And, it was fun to watch some of the scrimmages last night, and certainly looking forward to seeing the Grizzlies get back at it tomorrow.
And you know what? You mentioned Ja and Brandon. There's so much talk and so much hype going on about Ja and Brandon, especially Ja, which we've already kind of declared him Rookie of the Year, and Brandon Clark, he's up for that sixth man. We yesterday after practice, they asked Coach Jenkins about these two players and these awards that they're up for. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's no-brainers, for Ja for Rookie of the Year, and both those guys for, all first team rookie, all rookie first team, excuse me. It's no-brainers. Those guys have had significant impacts. Obviously, you can look at all the stats out there, leading the rookie class or top of the rookie class, but the impact on winning. I mean, obviously, so many guys on our roster this year have contributed to just this major impact and this transition in our organization's direction and the success we've had on the floor. But, if you watch enough Grizzlies games or if you just watch a few of the Grizzlies games, you can see that Ja and BC have had a tremendous impact, obviously in wins, but also our style of play, being able to implement a completely new offensive system here. Those guys have helped elevate that system. So definitely, if you ask me, it's a no-brainer that Ja should be Rookie of the Year, and both Ja and BC should be all first-team rookies, and those guys are well-deserving of that. Obviously, all humble in the sense that, the team has allowed them to have that success, but let's also recognize that those two guys individually have led to a lot of team success this year.
I mean, Fish, I think I know the answer to this, but is it a no-brainer when it comes to Ja and Brandon up for these awards?
Yes, absolutely. It's a no-brainer. I think Ja Rookie of the Year especially is a no-brainer, and Taylor Jenkins hit it right on the head. The most important thing about what he's done in his rookie year, I mean, he's playing the point guard position, the toughest position on the floor, toughest position to play as a rookie, and to start at the point guard position, to be the leader of this team at his age, and to have this team in a playoff spot. I think that impact on winning the coach talked about is dead on. And that's why Ja Morant will be the Rookie of the Year. I mean, his numbers are one thing. His fourth quarter numbers are astounding. But the impact that he had on this team winning games, he's clearly the Rookie of the Year in my mind. And as far as Brandon Clark is concerned, just look at the numbers. I mean, for him, yeah, he has an impact on winning, and he plays late in games as well. But his numbers alone and the efficiency that he plays with, I mean, those things have earned him first team all rookie and six man. There's some other great players who are six men. The Clippers got a couple of them that are in that debate. So I don't think Brandon Clark will get that, but it's amazing that he's even up for it, and he'll get some votes and he'll be mentioned in that. And that's a huge credit to what he's done in his rookie season, but first team all rookie for sure for him as well. I mean, you got two of the top 3-4 rookies in the league on the same team. So, and with it being a winning team, I think that makes an impact as well. Both very deserving.
You mentioned Brandon, and he spoke on it yesterday, saying he really likes playing into that underdog role. I'm no stats nerd, so I'm not going to get into it there, but I have eyeballs, and Brandon Clark is very good at basketball. At what point do we shift out of the underdog or the underlooked kind of language around Brandon Clark and just call it what it is?
Never. Let him keep going with it. Let him play with that chip on his shoulder. I mean, heck, we've seen it in Memphis. It's not just Brandon Clark. It's Ja Morant playing with the chip on his shoulder. It's Kyle Anderson playing with the chip on his shoulder. Jaren Jackson. Heck, go back to Zach Randolph playing with a chip on his shoulder. This team has always played with a chip on his shoulder. This organization has always felt like an underdog and underrated. And that's fine. I think they thrive on it. We've already heard a lot of the players talking about, we don't care what other people think. We want to go out and win a championship. This is coming from young kids, rookies on this team. So the team thrives on that. I think professional athletes thrive on the underdog role. And the Grizzlies as an organization have really thrived on that underdog role for years. And I think they've just picked up where the old regime left off.
Fish, I wish you were in the bubble because, I know you're here in Memphis and you'll be covering it, of course, virtually with Pete and Brevin. But if you were in the bubble, because we know a lot of this talk has been going about the fashion game. And if you don't know, for anyone listening, Fish has impeccable fashion. How would you have packed? Because you got suits and shoes and ties for days.
I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it because I'd have to have one full bag of just snacks to take with me to the bubble. And I guess what you'd be counting on close to 15 games minimum I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I guess I would have taken about 20 ties, probably taken about 6 suits and just rotate them, I guess is what I would be. But then I'd have to pack some special ones for the playoffs. I might have to have a care package sent to me with extra ones. I don't know. I guess it's best that I'm not going because I don't know how much I would have packed, but whatever the maximum was allowed to take with you on the trip, I would have taken the maximum for sure.
You would have had that 91 shoe collection.
Definitely.
Before we let you go, I do have to ask about your daughter extraordinaire, Keegan. She's done a wonderful job interviewing media members, players, coaches during this quarantine period. She's also a huge Disney aficionado, and so I know she's rubbed off on you. And since we are in the bubble talking Disney, what's your take on the greatest Disney movie of all time?
Oh man. Favorite Disney movie? I guess probably Little Mermaid. I'll go Little Mermaid. I mean, love the music. Love Little Ariel. Little Mermaid. Lion King's great, but I'll go Little Mermaid is probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Thank you for being part of our world this morning.
Part of your world, man. Yeah. I want to kiss the girl. You know everything.
Rob, thank you so much for being here. We look forward to having you back on the show soon, and we're excited to get your takes on all the scrimmages coming up starting Friday.
But next time, bring Keegan.
Yeah,
we gotta get Keegan on the show.
Hey, she sleeps in now that she's a big star. So next time I'll have to wake her up and make sure she gets to bed early. But hey, appreciate you guys. Keep up the great work. I've enjoyed the show all week.
Thanks Fish.
You got it.
Man, we got to get to that part where we get to sleep in.
Sleep in, not anymore.
Keegan, living the life.
Yeah, you gotta check out all of her interviews on Keegan, #Keegan Sports. He posts them like almost every other day. She gets some superstar. We've been on there.
We've been on, so we're calling ourselves superstars. But we're on the low end of that grade. She's tremendous, and we appreciate him being on. We have a ton to get to today in Off the Grind. We're gonna step away for a quick second. We'll be right back.
Truck to the plane, to the truck to the hotel lobby. Me, I go through underground garages, presidential suite on the.
Everything we do, defensive activity, offensive execution, play together, have an edge about us. Just play with an edge. Play with an edge and play together. Durant, block for Jaren, blocked by James. Dylan Brooks with authority. Tyus Jones to Brandon Clark. A turn and gun. He got it. Jones for three. Jones blocked by Jaren. Yeah, stay together, Blue, stay together. Way to roll me, kid. Let's leave it out there. John Moran with elevation.
This open enrollment season, roll with the dental plan that gives you the smile power you need to manage any mishap. When you need to return a shirt but the return clerk looks like a tough customer, when you're in the 10 items or less line with 11 items or more, you need the nation's largest network of smile-defending dentists to protect your healthy grin so you can unleash your smile power. Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Tennessee. Talk to your employer today or learn more at deltadentaltn.com.
Ashley Home Store is proud to call Memphis home. We believe your personal style makes your house into a home. Discover incredible styles, selection, and quality at a price to fit any budget. Ashley Home Store has just the looks and options you need. Explore totally different styles and trends all in one place. Finding the perfect furniture, mattresses, and home decor makes it easy for you to create a home you love to live in. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Ashley Home Store, proud partner of the Memphis Grizzlies.
People are getting back out on the road, and your Toyota dealers say, welcome back, America. Now through August 3rd, get any adventurous new 2020 RAV4 and get $1,000 customer cash. Or lease a RAV4 LE for just $199 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for complete details or go to buyatoyota.com. Today, tomorrow, Toyota.
I love the haircut. They tell me you've been getting beat up over it, Zach.
They say I look like I'm 25. I was in, somebody said, I was in Vegas. They said, is that Zion? I said, I paid away for little brother. I said, that's my little brother.
Tune into GrindCityMedia.com, Grind City Media on YouTube, or on the official Grizzlies mobile app to catch Chris live or download each episode daily, and subscribe at iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud today.
Well, you know what we're liking? Basketball in the bubble. Yes, I was hoping you were going to answer, but it took you a second. But it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. We're still getting this. We're still getting this going.
Just gonna take a nice big sip of coffee.
Yeah,
call it good.
All right, so we've already talked about basketball being back, and something that was really, really big last night was the Clippers. They had a big win. Clippers are looking good. We kind of expected that. Paul George is looking brand new. He's gotten time to, I think, fully rest, but it really wasn't what he did on the court that kind of made news. Is what he did off the court after the game. Take a listen.
Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. George Floyd, rest in peace. There's so many others out there that have been convicted by, or that have been brutally murdered by the hands of police. That's all I got. That's my message for everyone, and that will continue to be my answer.
Well, if you couldn't hear that, after every single question he said, he mentioned Breonna Taylor and saying that he was here. He's trying to pressure them to arrest the killers that killed Breonna Taylor, those police officers. And we've seen more and more players take this step. A lot of guys have been doing this. We've shown them throughout the week on the show. And they're just proving that basketball, not as important as what they're trying to do and use their platform for social justice.
Second seat. For sure. And it kind of piggybacked off a Kyle Kuzma tweet from earlier in the day where he said, media and players, we work hand in hand. We have platforms, but help us out. Yes, we know your job is to ask us about basketball questions, but if you guys believe in equality for all, let's ask a few social injustice questions here and there. We are all in this together. We are a part of that equation here at Rise and Grind, so we want to continue to shine light, and when players choose to dedicate their entire availability, I think it's a statement in itself. Like, they're obviously making a statement, but by refusing to answer questions about anything else, it forces the focus to stay on issues of social injustice, and it forces us to continue to talk about it because that's what they're talking about in the bubble. So we got to talk about it here. Keep the onus on ourselves as well. So it's a nice balance. Like, yes, we're very excited about basketball being back, but yes, we are also very aware that the conversation has to stay. The pressure has to stay on the social justice conversation and, frankly, on the coronavirus conversation as well, as our country and the world faces a global pandemic. So all of that, it's a lot. So you can enjoy the excitement of ball being back, but you got to keep the heat on the important issues too.
Right, especially for a player who walked off that court and someone who's has been coming off of an injury and working his way back into this Clippers lineup. The guy had 18 points. 18 points. You walk off that court and say, I'm not speaking about how I played. I'm not speaking about this scrimmage. What I'm going to speak about is what I'm trying to do, especially when it comes to social justice. And we got to see basketball being played on that beautiful court that has the wonderful words Black Lives Matter across. We saw the jerseys. It's the most important thing right now going on. And the players are doing a great job of showing that that's their main initiative. Marcus Smart did it as well after his media availability yesterday. And I love seeing it. And we're going to continue to see it. And we're going to continue to talk about this and show those videos and those clippings because we're also putting pressure on Louisville to arrest the officers who killed Breonna Taylor.
Yes, we are. Someone who is back in the bubble and back to practice, Russell Westbrook. He greeted Coach Mike D'Antoni with a nice big hug in Orlando. He's very, very cute. You're not supposed to say things are cute that basketball players do, but it was a nice moment.
That's kind of like I kind of like you, I kind of don't. He didn't do the full two arms.
The half hug.
The half hug, yeah.
I will say this. I was surprised they were even hugging.
Yes.
But I think that shows you just how important this is. I think we've kind of, it's hard to forget sometimes to hug people when people are going through something. This guy tested positive, and I'm sure the worst case scenario went through all of his teammates, head, and he was asymptomatic, and he was doing great, and he's back. And so to see them embrace like that, one hug, one hand, two hands, two arms. It was still cute. I think it was a reminder, again, of what we are going through in the world. Devin, when we are able to hug again,
full two arms.
I'll give you a hug.
I'll come give you a hug right now.
Not a big hugger.
No. We can,
especially right now.
Can I hug you with Can I hug you with my mask on?
No,
it's still like
we can do elbow.
The space.
I'm not doing elbow.
We can do elbow. I have nothing but love for you.
Right.
Nothing but mad love. But when we do get to hug again,
okay.
When we do, you're gonna feel the love. My dad always says, when you hug someone, you feel the love. You're gonna feel it from me. Don't worry.
I should be at the top of the list, just so you know that. I'm the first person.
I'll be looking down on you while I hug you.
It was a short joke.
Oh,
She
wow.
always has a short joke.
Devin,
That's
I can't be
tough.
nice to you for too
It's
long. It
tough.
feels uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. I can't do it. But
Always
it
a
was
short joke.
Tough scene, Devin.
I know. Look,
That was
I got nothing but
tough.
love for you. But look, the point of the matter is Russell Westbrook is back. Regardless of, I know as Grizzlies fans,
If we're happy about
if
that.
we're happy about it, I'm happy to see him healthy. Now, when it comes to on the court, that's another thing.
Well, they played the Raptors on Friday. Still TBD if he'll play in that scrimmage. In that tweet we showed from Rachel Nichols, he joked, like, have to see if I can make a layup first.
I think
Sure
he's going to be
I'm sure
good.
he's
Just like
fine.
James
Those are like
Harden.
the people being like, I didn't have a basketball court to practice on. I think he can make a layup. We'll see if he plays. If he doesn't, how that works out. But just good to see him back. Period. Today, it is good to see another sport officially return. Major League Baseball, opening day.
It's today.
Exciting times ahead. We'll see Dr. Fauci throw out the first pitch at the Nationals-Yankees game tonight. I can't wait to bring in the tape of Dr. Fauci's opening pitch. Do we think it's good? Do we think it's 50 Cent status? What do we?
I think it's better than 50. I'm going to give it to him. Better than 50.
Say, that's a low bar.
That is. It's going to be better than 50. I think Dr. Fauci, he's a huge Nationals fan, so I do think he's probably got an arm on him, and I think he's probably been practicing. This is his moment, you know. They've been trying to not show Dr. Fauci in the media as of recently, so I think this is his moment to get his shine. I know some people are going to be mad that if he does good. Do you know the tweet that might come out? And I am going to be on Twitter just waiting for that tweet to see what he has to say.
And we will put it in double tap or not tomorrow. We'll see,
Definitely
see
will.
what's up with that. Huge baseball news too yesterday with Mookie Betts. He's going to be a Los Angeles Dodger forever and ever, and he's going to be very rich.
Oh,
he's also a Tennessee
super
native,
rich.
which I did not realize.
Comes to the Grizzlies game, sits courtside.
He came to one game.
Okay, but he's going to come to more.
And I didn't even know who the hell he was.
Hey, when you come to one and you're from Tennessee, you know we take you in.
You're
you
in
are
forever.
family.
Like
you
Cam
are our
Newton?
family.
Is Cam Newton our family
Well,
too?
Megan just wants to talk him up because
Cam
he's
Newton's our family, right?
He is.
He was there.
He was here. That was a moment.
It was a moment.
It was a moment. Lakers game, he came. Didn't have the best courtside seat, but that's how you know you're a fan. Mookie had better seats than Cam Newton. Did you know that? But Mookie, he's going to come in. He's going to get a private jet anytime he wants. He can afford it from LA to Memphis really quickly. He's so rich.
He's so rich. He's like somewhere in the range of $75,000 a day.
That's crazy.
Rich.
Just to wake up.
Whether he plays or not, or he could be sitting on the couch watching Netflix, he can be doing whatever the hell he wants.
You know what's crazy is that he's so rich, but he's still behind Mike Trout. Like, you know, we forget that. He's still behind Mike Trout when it comes to contracts. And then also Patrick Mahomes still getting paid too. You know, it's a lot of money though.
You know the best part about being that rich?
What?
People don't know what you look like, so they can't ask you for money.
You were waiting for that, weren't you?
I'm just saying, if you just like, if Mookie Betts walked in the studio right now, would you know who he was?
I would.
Why?
I know I would.
He's 5'6". You want to make short jokes? You can make short jokes to him.
I was telling him he's short. I'm tall. I would look down on him too.
See, she loves the short jokes.
I'm sitting here, but
Short
I'm very
people
tall.
matter.
I'm 5'10", so just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Short
I'm
people
5'4".
matter.
Ish.
I can't wear heels around both of my people here.
Yeah.
Short people matter, Megan.
They do. I have love for you, Devin. How many times do I have to say this? God, I'm gonna get a shirt. I love Devin. There you go.
I thought you were gonna say I love short people.
Yes.
Just go all encompassing. Come on. You mentioned Mike Trout. We had news from Mike Trout too. He is going to play. Which is big for baseball in general. There'd been some question because his wife is pregnant. His wife Jessica. They are high school sweethearts. You love to see it. He is going to play this season, and his wife's due August 3rd though, so he'll step away, go see the birth of his son, come back, play some baseball.
Oh, good. Mike Trout is playing. Another team we don't
know.
They are playing. We just don't know where they're going to be playing when they're home. Yeah. Toronto, the Blue Jays, they're having a very, very difficult time trying to find a home right now. It's crazy. We talked about it earlier on the show. As we know, Canada did not approve them playing home games in Canada, so they've been looking for a home place to go to. So Jeff Poston, he tweeted this out. One option being considered per sources is Baltimore. And as Buster said in a follow-up tweet, the Blue Jays could win up as road warriors for the season. While Pittsburgh isn't out as an option, Pennsylvania is balking at East Division teams from hot spots coming to the state. So Pittsburgh was an option. The governor didn't approve that, gave them a little Heisman, said, not so fast. So the biggest thing is when you come to, like, when you're trying to play is, do you want to play at a major league park or do you want to play in a AAA park? And so that's what, Toronto is trying to figure out, what's the best option. I know Buffalo, their AAA team, has been an option. But when it comes to these major league parks, the city, the state, they have to approve, because now you're approving 30-plus more games being played in your city. And with COVID-19, the pandemic, a lot of these states and cities have different emergency orders, and they're looking still for a home. And, like, where would you want to play? Do you want to play in a AAA park, or would you want to play in a major league park?
I would prefer to play in a major league park, but, like, honestly, who cares right now? Like, we're watching these NBA games played in mini AAU-style gyms, and they're just doing fine because there are no fans. It doesn't matter, although we did have the news that Fox on their MLB broadcast is going to be using virtual fans starting Saturday, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's a little Sims-like for me. Like, we'll see how that works. But, like, regardless, there's no actual fans in the stands. So where you're playing, I understand wanting the effect, the big, it's what you're used to, big league park, but we'll see.
It's one of those things where you're just like, well, if I'm a player, you probably want some type of sense of home where you can have a place to stay for, whether it's like 3 or 4 days. I mean, obviously it's not going to be home when it comes to in Toronto, but at least it'll be somewhere where you can feel, okay, I'm going to be here for 3 or 4 days. I could have that option. But if you don't have that option, I don't know what that feels like. And then if you're road warriors, you're constantly on the go. And what does that mean when it comes to COVID-19? Being on planes. I mean, obviously it's, your private, a private plane, but still it's still up for grabs, different hotels, a lot to figure out. It's crazy to think that a team is looking for a home.
They have found a home. Yeah, PNC Park is going to be their home.
PNC
it is
official.
now?
PNC Park,
Okay, so they end up getting to play in Pittsburgh. They had some, I was going to say they had some time because they started on the road in Tampa tomorrow. They're not home until the 20 long times away, 29th.
The Blue Jays have a home.
They have a home.
Wait, never mind. They got denied. Continue.
All right, Devin.
Just kidding. The Blue Jays are still homeless.
Do not have a place to go.
X-nay that. We'll see if they have a home by the end of this show. I will say that one of the big pieces of sports news that came out yesterday that probably had the Venn diagram of people very angry about this news, NFL fans who refuse to wear a mask, NFL fans who don't get that kneeling for the flag isn't about disrespecting the military. They are meeting together, and they will not be watching football in the fall, because if you're going to an NFL game, you got to wear a mask.
I mean, duh.
Poor kid.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, at the end of the day, first of all, I don't think there's gonna be fans anyway. I don't think there's gonna be fans anyway. But if you're surprised by this, it's kind of like, what were you thinking, expecting? But there are a lot of people who don't not want to wear a mask to save their lives. I don't quite understand.
Literally, to save other people's lives. Let's be clear. It's for other people, everyone.
Yes, it is.
Still need to.
I mean, you should care about your own life too, but I guess some people don't care about that as much.
Karen and Jim are punching the air right now. Karen's having a tough time. I just want to watch my football.
First, I couldn't go to Costco. Now I can't go to a game.
Yeah.
Can't get your Starbucks. Stop it.
Karen, get your life together.
Can't even. All right, let's get to some news that involves our lovely state. So the TSSAA, they are figuring out what to do when it comes to high school sports. Nothing is set in stone because everything has to wait until Governor Bill Lee, and it depends on the state of emergency if it goes. But so they figured out some options, right? And so they had 4 options to look at. And this is some of the things that they approved on. So no scrimmages or jamborees. There will be temperature checks for players, coaches, and all team personnel. Fans must wear facial coverings except kids under 2 years old. Concession stands are discouraged. And when it comes to football, they're looking at an option that will require them to play an 8-game regular season. They're going to scrap the current schedule and set region schedules for all members of the school. There will be no scrimmages, no 7-on-7 competitions with other teams. And so it's a lot. It's a lot. And all this is still not set in stone because it all depends on the state of emergency and what Governor Bill Lee and what we're under. And then also it depends on the COVID pandemic. If there's a COVID outbreak, all this could be scrapped. But they're just trying to figure out kind of like the next step and giving the coaches and the players some type of what this could look like. And they also did approve on if you choose virtual learning, you can still participate in your extracurricular activities when it comes to sports.
Both of these things can be true. Like, It would be great for high school football to exist in the fall. It provides a wonderful extracurricular, and let me be perfectly clear, high school football and high school girls soccer. So you've got a lot of student athletes who are working in their sport, gives them something to do, gives them goals to work towards. Huge proponent of high school sports in general and everything that they bring to kids in the community. But we're also in the middle of a pandemic, and yes, these rules and regulations are great. 3-week acclimation period for athletes. I'm a huge fan of the no jamborees. As a former local TV sports person, we always hit the jamborees. They never had rosters. It was always a disaster.
It's the
trying
best
to get names.
thing to go to
That's great.
if you're young.
That's great. I love it for the kids. As someone with a big, heavy camera and like 95-degree heat in the middle of the afternoon, not as fun.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
But how are you saying, yes, you get tested before the game, but then what? You're going to play a game Friday night. You're all going to tackle each other and come into school Monday morning. You almost think, like, should they have to do virtual learning if they're choosing to play a sport? And then that's a whole can of worms. So I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm just saying there are certainly, in a risky situation already, the risk of going and playing with all your teammates and your coaches and the personnel around the team who are all abiding by these rules, but then popping back into school Monday morning after you played a game. Unless you're having rapid testing afterwards, but is testing rapid anywhere right now? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of this is just like what ifs. What if this, if this happens, just in case this happens. So, I mean, even reading through several of the articles and several of the rules, a lot of it doesn't really make sense. And you do read it saying, like, I don't even know if we'll even get to this point because there's a lot of, holes within it that I'm sure a lot of parents are trying to figure out and think about with the rules. But, could we see high school football? I don't see it even happening. I don't even see a season happening. Even just all fall sports. I think there's too many questions and too many, especially in our state of Tennessee, the numbers are going up. I don't know if Governor Bill Lee is going to approve all this and if the state of emergency is going to be gone by the date that they recommended, if it is gone. A lot of questions, but I guess we're talking. That's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing is the TSSAA said that we are working with the governor's office because this whole time we've been thinking that they've been kind of like butting heads. But now they're saying, hey, we are communicating. We are trying to kind of meet halfway in the middle. We are trying to figure out what the best case scenario is, the health of our high school players and the coaches and the staff, just everyone in general. So we'll see what happens.
So many hypotheticals, so little time. We've got so little time. We got to jump out for a quick second. When we come back, we got all of your entertainment and pop culture news in Pop in the Morning.
Not that rock, that P. How many down in my sock can't hold my Glock? Reason I don't really like that. Young turn, can't wipe no. Excuse my French, don't like.
People are getting back out on the road, and your Toyota dealers say, welcome back, America. Now through August 3rd, you can get $1,000 customer cash on any new family-size 2020 Highlander. Or lease a Highlander L for $299 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for complete details or go to buyatoyota.com. Today, tomorrow, Toyota.
This open enrollment season, roll with the dental plan that gives you the smile power you need to manage any mishap. When you need to return a shirt but the return clerk looks like a tough customer, when you're in the 10 items or less line with 11 items or more, you need the nation's largest network of smile-defending dentists to protect your healthy grin so you can unleash your smile power. Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Tennessee. Talk to your employer today or learn more at deltadentaltn.com.
What's up, Grizzlies fans? I'm Meghan Triplett, and I have some exciting news to share. We have a new app. That's right. It's a 3-in-1 experience that you don't want to miss out on. Check this out. The app will keep you up to date on all of the Grizzlies stats and latest news. If you're looking to see what events are going on at FedEx Forum, that can all be found on the app as well. Plus, if you want to see more of me and the rest of the Grind City Media team, like Chris Vernon, Lang Whitaker, and Mike Wallace, there's a section for all that. It is 365 days of content to keep you in touch with all things Grizzlies, FedEx Forum, and GCM. And did I mention you can also purchase and manage tickets on the app? The app does it all. Download it now. even know what song was about to come on. It was
Like
a beat. It was like a boom. What is this?
It's very heartbeat.
Welcome back to Rise and Grind. So it's time to get to our pop culture news of the day and our pop of the morning. And we've done it all week. We've got some Kanye West updates for you. We have heard from Kim Kardashian. She has now spoken out publicly about everything that's going on with her husband and her family. She released a series of Instagram stories with a long statement. You can go check it out on her Instagram page, but I'm going to summarize it up for you. She said she's never spoken about this publicly but it's now affecting her home and her children, and she's thinking about her kids first and foremost, but today she felt like she needed to comment. She talked about how Kanye obviously has mental illness and he has bipolar, and for anyone that really, really knows him, his heart and his understanding of his words sometimes do not align with his intentions, and that living with all of this, it's kind of, it does not diminish or invalidate his dreams and his creative ideas, no matter how big or unobtainable they may feel to some. She talked about how if anyone knows who's gone through something like this or has a family member like this, Kanye has to want the help first. He is in Wyoming. They are in LA. They've reached out to him several times. They're working with him. And she just asked for her privacy right now. They have 4 kids. They have 4 kids. A lot of what Kanye is tweeting she addressed it and said it has made her mad. But this is her husband, and they're working on it and working through it. And they hope that Kanye will get the help that he needs. We know he has friends surrounding him in Wyoming. Dave Chappelle flew out there, and we've heard from Kim. I didn't think she was going to address it because I can't imagine what this is like. It's been reported that her 2 oldest kids are staying with Kourtney Kardashian right now as she processes and goes through all this, but I can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where you don't want to force someone to have to talk on something, but this escalated to the point where she almost had to say something. And I thought what she said was really poignant. It kind of piggybacks on what we discussed yesterday, in that this isn't something to laugh about. This is someone seriously experiencing their own mental break of some kind and just trying to get him the help that he needs, the support that he needs. She's there doing what she can. But I thought she brought up the really good point that when something like this is happening, it's up to that person. All the people around you, we constantly say, help him get to a better spot, but he's got to come full circle, get to that spot where he's ready to open himself up to understand what's been, a little troubling about the last couple weeks, I guess, now at this point.
Yeah. So. Hopefully everything goes well. She even used the word grace, and she said she hoped that as a public we can give him some type of grace, because she understands that Kanye is open for public scrutiny, especially through to the job that he is in and the type of life that he lives. But she's like, everyone give him grace because he is going through something. So please stop with the jokes, stop with the family stuff, stop with the get out, everything. It's something very, very serious right now.
It is, and we hope that he's able to turn a corner and start moving in the right direction, and all those around him can help there. Someone who has some exciting news this morning is Demi Lovato is engaged. She is engaged to Max Eric. He's a star on The Young and the Restless. She posted on Instagram that she's never felt so unconditionally loved in her life. They were engaged in Malibu. She got that bling.
Oh, man.
That is a ring.
That is
only a slightly larger diamond than the one on my finger. But according to People magazine, and it's really none of our business how long they have been together, but they've been dating for a little over 3 months. When you know, you know.
And I will say this: anytime a gossip site will say, "Oh, they've been seen together for a couple of months," I always say you should add 2 or 3 to that, because if you're dating someone, just how we do, we start dating someone, you keep it as a secret. I'm not going to post it on Instagram. I'm going to choose the restaurants where might not run into anybody until it's something real. Then you're going to be knowing about it. So I will give them I would say let's add on 3 months to that, and so let's say 6 months, and that's not that bad. And quarantine speeds up things a little bit.
It does. Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here, and I will be married on my 10-year anniversary in 2022. No, that's
oh really? Okay,
we're not getting married.
Okay. That's okay.
So we're just 2 different approaches in life. Big support for Demi. Real quick too, Taylor Swift. Some news that dropped right as we started the show. She is dropping her newest album at midnight. She posted saying that most of the things she planned this summer could not happen, but her 8th studio album did. It is called Folklore. Is this going to be like when JT went all Man in the Woods on us? I don't know.
The word folklore I can't even say it. It doesn't come out, so I don't listen to it as often. This will be something. I do wonder what Taylor has been doing. As we see, a lot of these artists have taken the time to quarantine to get into their creative mindset. They've been in the studio. A lot of them have studios in their homes. So you never know what Taylor Swift is up to. We'll see.
She gets the Petty of the Day award because Kanye announced his album was coming out yesterday. And then T Swizzle
think about
the next day, the next morning.
That is. She's living rent free.
That's, you know what? I'm going to, oh gosh.
Shout out T Swizzle.
Do you think she did actually in her post, she talked about how in the past she would have thought, I thought she was referring to the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic and everything that's going on and the continued fight for social justice. And she said that, in the past she would have really thought overtime on, is this the right time to release music? And she's just doing it. She's doing it because she feels like it is for her. I didn't even think about that piece of the equation.
That is petty. If that's
Taylor
it, that's
versus
petty. Because
Kanye.
Kanye's going through a lot. That's a little messed up.
That's not.
But maybe it was already planned, because you should have probably pushed it back until Monday.
I'm sure someone else has made that connection, and I'm sure it will get addressed eventually, because
I'm sure someone's going to, the Kardashians are going to have something to say about it, because it's messed up. You know what? Devin, I already had like up and down feelings about Taylor Swift, but now that really made me upset. Now I can't even think.
Watch her documentary.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. I've never been to a concert.
She probably has like 5 Taylor Swift T-shirts. No, I'm just kidding.
I got the signature right here on my arm. But the documentary is really good, and what she's trying to do in helping with making sure people get out and vote, putting the focus on the election. Love that piece of it.
We have a lot to talk about. Taylor Swift and Kanye music. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we will.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, because coming up, we have a very special guest joining us for our drop-in. It is Mehan Mcpeak. We got to talk to her about the WNBA, the NBA, the G League. She does it all. I kid you not. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Feels like forever, even if forever's tonight. Just lay with.
I love the haircut. They tell me you've been getting beat up over it, Zach.
They
face.
say I look like I'm 25. I was in somebody said I was in Vegas. They said, "Is that Zion?" I said, "I paid away from little." I said, "That's my little brother."
Tune into GrindCityMedia.com, Grind City Media on YouTube, or on the official Grizzlies mobile app to catch Chris live or download each episode daily, and subscribe at iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud today.
People are getting back out on the road, and your Toyota dealers say, welcome back, America. Now through August 3rd, get 0% APR financing on 7 different new 2020 Toyotas. With approved credit through TFS, that 0% includes many of Toyota's best-selling fuel-efficient hybrids, like the exciting new Camry and the first-ever Corolla hybrid. For complete details, go to buyatoyota.com. Today, tomorrow, Toyota.
Ashley Home Store is proud to call Memphis home. We believe your personal style makes your house into a home. Discover incredible styles, selection, and quality at a price to fit any budget. Ashley Home Store has just the looks and options you need. Explore totally different styles and trends all in one place. Finding the perfect furniture, mattresses, and home decor makes it easy for you to create a home you love to live in. Only at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Ashley Home Store, proud partner of the Memphis Grizzlies.
This open enrollment season, roll with the dental plan that gives you the smile power you need to manage any mishap. When you need to return a shirt but the return clerk looks like a tough customer, when you're in the 10 items or less line with 11 items or more, you need the nation's largest network of smile-defending dentists to protect your healthy grin so you can unleash your smile power. Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Tennessee. Talk to your employer today or learn more at deltadentaltn.com.
In everything we do, defensive activity, offensive execution, play together, have an edge about us. Just play with an edge. Play with an edge and play together. Durant, block for Jaren, blocked by James. Dylan Brooks with authority. Tyus Jones to Brandon Clark. A turn and gun. He got it. Jones for 3. Jones blocked by Jaren. Yeah, stay together, Blue, stay together. Way to roll me, kid. Let's leave it out there. John Moran with elevation.
I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty.
Rise and grind. I am super excited about today's drop-in interview. She is the one and the only Mehan Mcpeak. Let me just I have to pull up a piece of paper to tell you her accolades and what she does. So she is the play-by-play broadcaster for Monumental Sports Entertainment, which means she calls the Washington Mystics games and the G League, the Capital City Go team. And in 2018, she became the first female play-by-play broadcaster to call an NBA game in 30 years. Meghan, thank you for joining us today. I know you are excited about the WNBA season starting back this weekend. We got no COVID-19 cases there. Let me just first start with just what do you expect from this weekend action?
Okay, first, ladies, I'm gonna help you out just because the producer in me is not liking my setup here. I didn't realize how offset I was, so I apologize to your listeners and your viewers. I am excited for this weekend, even with everything that's sort of been swirling around and surrounding the league from a not so great standpoint, if you will. I'm still excited. I'm just happy for basketball to be back. I know we got some NBA scrimmages yesterday, but unlike the NBA, the WNBA isn't doing any preseason games or scrimmages. I know practice-wise, they've practiced against each other, few teams. Not every team has done it, so they're kind of treating that like a scrimmage. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to basketball and get back to calling the game. It's going to be different, but I'm actually kind of used to doing things remotely and in studio for road games. So this will be kind of riding the bike again.
And it's a different bike and something that's so different, experiencing how covering teams outside of the bubble and covering them from afar. You do have the Mystics as defending champs, but the big storyline there, they're without 4 of their star players, essentially. You had Elena Delle Donne handling her situation with Lyme disease, Natasha Cloud's choice to sit out as she continued to fight social justice issues. Just how has that situation been, and what can we expect from this team who has a whole lot of new going out there as the defending champs?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year, and I understand that they're the defending champs, but with the league MVP from last year, your point guard's missing, you lose Chrissy Tolliver in free agency, you make a big swing on Tina Charles, you don't have her, your starting center and LaToya Sanders is not playing as well too. I don't know if you can really call this roster the defending champions, which for me, with everything swirling around this league, I'm really excited about this season because it is up for grabs for any team in this league. There are 12 teams, and every team has a chance at, being a sleeper, upsetting someone. But when it comes to the Mystics, this is going to be another coming out party for Emma Miesemann. She is used to being a focal point when she's with her Belgian national team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how she handles it now in the WNBA with no Elena, no Christy, no LaToya, and no Tosh to kind of have her back as another option. Because we saw last season, we did see playoff Emma, we saw her take over, but we also still saw her, defer to Elena or defer to someone else. So I'm excited to see how she played as the focal point, but I'm more excited to see how the bench steps up because now, last season's bench players that were huge for them down the stretch and throughout the season, they're now starters. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to, look at how Ariel Powers plays. She's a dog when it comes to playing in the game on both ends of the floor. She's, nonstop energy. Maisha Hines-Allen, who last season, in their title run, didn't have the opportunity to get a lot of looks, to get a lot of burn with just how powerful the roster was. So she's probably the one I'm most excited to watch this season, given the fact that there are minutes upon minutes up for grabs.
I mean, Meghan, you mentioned just how you said that this season is really this title is anyone's game. It's up for grabs. Is there a team that you think is that sleeper team that could definitely surprise and shock a lot of people?
I think when you look at, so I'll throw it out there right now. My top 3 favorites are the Spark, the Mercury, and the Storm. You get Sue Bird and Brianna Stewart back, you're automatically, a contender. And you look at what Natasha Howard did last year. Without them, they're going to be title contenders. And when you look at the rest of the league, I think Dallas is going to be really fun to watch. Chicago, coming off of that heartbreaking loss to Las Vegas, to end up, game first semifinal matchup with the Mystics, I think they're going to be really fun to watch. If they can get consistency outside of a Courtney Vandersloot and an Allie Quigley, I think they're going to be really, really good. But I think this season everybody is going to have their eyes on the New York Liberty because of Sabrina Ionescu and see how her game from the NCAA translates to the WNBA. And they're going to be fun to watch. And, selfishly, I have my own reason to watch them outside of the Mystics because of Canadian and third-year player Kia Nurse and see how she takes her game to the next level. But I think Chicago and New York can be a team that can disrupt the league and also disrupt someone's playoff potential.
Everyone's excited to see Sabrina. I know our producer in the booth right now, Devin, he's still waiting on his Sabrina Ionescu jersey.
Still waiting.
So when did you order it?
I ordered it when the day she got drafted.
Yeah, wow. There you go. So the excitement for her rookie season is very high. I wanted to talk to you about the WNBA's continued emphasis on social justice while they're in the bubble, their statement that they want to make with their Say Her Name campaign. Kind of contrasting that was the news yesterday of Atlanta Dream co-owner Kelly Loeffler saying that she thought Black Lives Matter support could potentially alienate fans. It seems to be very contrasting with the direction that the WNBA has continued to go in keeping that at its forefront. What's your take on that situation?
The simple answer is we don't want her.
I love it.
Players have made it very clear. Her own team has made it very clear that they don't want her. And I have tried to hold my tongue on this topic, but her tweet yesterday prompted me to actually respond to her. I haven't gotten a response back, not surprised, but she is in a race for an election. She is taking a page right out of the administration's playbook. While I'm not surprised by her comments, I am disappointed that the league has not taken a stronger hold and a stronger stance on what she has said, given, as you said, that they are making a strong stance on social justice and social injustice reform and trying to do their part in supporting Black Lives Matter, especially when you look at the WNBA and their partnership with Break the Tea for the Breonna Taylor t-shirt and hoodie that Holly Rowe of ESPN promoted the other day. I actually placed my order yesterday morning, so I'm waiting for it, hoping I can get it before Saturday's game to support the players. But she needs to go. Her comments remind me very, very vividly of a few years ago, if you remember, Donald Sterling and his situation. I think that the NBA handled that correctly. I think Adam Silver was very stern and strict and concise on his decision, and I would like to see Commissioner Engelbert do the same thing. On one hand, you say that you support the players and support Black Lives Matter, but then on the other hand, you say that you're not going to force her to, force her out. I would like to see the other 11 owners in the league come together and do what the NBA owners did and vote her out and force her out, because I don't think that this league that is predominantly Black women deserves to have a person like that in this league. I don't think she deserves and, has to be in this league. I don't think she deserves to be an owner of this team. And we saw Baron Davis say he would like to buy the dream. I would like to see any Atlanta rapper or Atlanta, Black Atlanta person step in and make a move to try and buy the shares that Senator Loeffler has. Because in my opinion, that's not welcome in this league. I'm a Black woman. She will never understand what it is like to walk a day in our shoes as a Black woman, living, working in America. And because of that, she likes to say she's been canceled. No, you've been called out for your racist comments, and that's unacceptable. That's not being canceled. That's, your racism is being put on the forefront, and that's unacceptable, and it's not welcome in this league.
I mean, well
Preach.
said.
Yeah.
Like, literally, we need to get that whole entire bike and post that. And honestly, Kelly needs to listen. You need to go follow Mehan Mcpeak, because this is the type of stuff that she is tweeting out is the facts, the real stuff. And Megan, I got to ask you really quickly about, of course, Orlando and the Wubble right now. When it comes to the differences of the NBA and the WNBA bubble versus the Wubble, women, working moms have their children there. And it is so inspiring to see. And I think a lot of fans kind of forget that women deal with a lot of other things that they have to worry about when it comes to living life in a Wubble. Have you heard about what it's like just to be a working mom? And how inspired are you to see these women take the court and have their children all at the same time?
Well, the interesting thing about that is this is nothing to them. As women, we're amazing human beings, and that's no disrespect to men, because I imagine the single fathers would no doubt do the same if they were in this position. And when you look at the women that are in the W bubble, and playing and having their kids. And it's funny because let's be real, games haven't even started, and the kids have. The kids are the stars of this season. We can chop up the 2020 season to the kids and give them the title, because I think every player would agree that the kids are the star of the Wubble down in Florida. But this is normal for them. You think about all these women when it's not WNBA season, they're overseas in Italy, Greece, Russia, Romania, Latvia, Slovenia. Their kids are with them. This is normal. So when you look at, it's so interesting seeing people talk about what the NBA players are going through and how tough it is. And I don't doubt it's not tough. You're away from your family and your kids and your loved ones for weeks on end. That's not easy. That is normal life for a WNBA player when they go overseas. So they're laughing about this. They're just, this is just more time with their kids. Kids are getting to play golf and test their challenge at that. And, we saw Derek and Hamby's daughter be in a conflicted situation between Asia Wilson and mom on who to throw the thing at. But it's been fun, and that's been my favorite content to watch so far.
And it's created some great content for everyone to follow. The WNBA has a Bubble Life Twitter account, just like the NBA has their Bubble Life Twitter account. How does this opportunity kind of, elevate the voices of the players of the WNBA and help them kind of show people what they're all about, show their personalities, and maybe people right now who are tapping into the WNBA, they're behind the curve, they're just now getting into it. What does this opportunity present them with continuing to raise kind of notoriety within the game and within their stars?
I think it poses a very interesting situation. And it allows, because the WNBA is taking what would have been a 36-game season, I believe, and locking it into 22 games in the span of just about 8 to 9 weeks in a regular season. So we start on Saturday, and the regular season is done mid-September, and then playoffs will begin. So when you look at the fact that there's going to be games played nearly every single day, with the exception of Mondays for a time being, that's kind of the day that the W has saved for, in case there's any issues and they need to do makeup games. But it's going to give fans a chance to see basketball on a consistent basis, where in a typical normal season that we would see without a pandemic, there'd be basketball going on all the time, but you wouldn't necessarily see it because, vacations and stuff like that. So I think the pandemic is posing an interesting situation that's allowing people who may not have been watching to now watch, because you can't go on vacation, especially when you look at a lot of the countries putting travel bans on people coming out of the U.S. as U.S. citizens as well too. You're kind of stuck at home. If you do happen to travel or go on vacation, you then have to come back in quarantine if that's part of your state or city's mandate. So people are at home. They need something to watch. People have wanted live sports for the past 4 months. So I think this is going to bring some new eyeballs to the league, and I think it's going to bring some basketball fans who may not have been watching. It's going to bring their viewership to the league, and I think people are going to fall in love, because if you fall in love with women's NCAA, it's just another level up from the NCAA to the WNBA. So why not continue watching?
And Meghan, you have so many levels when it comes to your job. Not only do you do the play-by-play for the Washington Mystics, but you also do the play-by-play for the G League team, the Capital City Go-Go team in DC. And we found out this week that the G League is working with trying to start a union. And when it comes to just having this union, especially at a time like this, coming together, especially with the rise of the G League, with this whole new G League Pathways program, why was it important for them to have a union, especially now?
I think it was really important for the players, as you said, Megan, because the fact that they didn't have a union, they were, kind of fighting for everything. And anytime there was an issue, they had to fight for it. And now unionizing, it gives them, some more power in their back pocket. It gives them support that they didn't necessarily have the way the NBA players and the WNBA players have. It will, I think, set up a situation that they can now negotiate certain things and try to improve their situation as G League players, similar to what we see from WNBA players as well too. Keep in mind, and I know, and players know, but for that casual fan that might be watching right now, while people like to think that everybody just wants the same contract as NBA players, there's certain things that are non-negotiable. Making sure your accommodations are good, the flights, travel, accommodations when you're on the road, simple things like that as people that have, we like to call them personal problems, we take for granted. And I think the pandemic has opened our eyes to things that we take for granted. So I think it's great that the G League players are getting their own union and will have the support of the union when it comes to negotiating CBAs and stuff like that, and getting things that will work in their favor, as opposed to always having to fight for something and fight against something prior to being unionized.
I mean, Meghan, I could talk to you literally for minutes on minutes, and I know we have to wrap because we told you only 15 minutes. When do you sleep? Because we can talk about the WNBA, the NBA, the G League, and even social justice, because you do it all. Do you sleep? Do you rest?
I do. I mean, if 8 to 9 hours is good enough for Tom Brady, it should be good enough for me.
That's GOAT status.
I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. That's mental health. That's the only way I can continue, day to day, is taking care of my mental health, and part of that is getting sleep. So I will typically go to bed anywhere between 9:30 p.m. and midnight, and I'm usually up anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. And it's just, sleep is, I love it. I can nap all day. I get sleep as much as I can. The only place I can't sleep is on a plane.
So what you're saying is I need to make better use of my time, because I can't do this show with anything else. I'm like dying.
I was just going to say, I'm going to DM you after this, find out your sleep schedule, sleep tips, because we're still trying to fit into this new schedule. But Meghan, you've been awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Go follow Meghan on Twitter at Mehan Mcpeak. Meghan with a GH, just like Meghan.
Hey, that's my girl. That's my sis.
It works perfectly. We hope you'll come back sometime, and good luck with the start of the season coming up. Thank you.
Ladies, thank you for having me anytime.
She's amazing.
She was awesome.
Like, she's just dope. That's what you call black girl magic. She's killing the game. She's done so much for the sport, and she's continued to do so much for the sport. She uses her voice constantly, and she works her butt off.
And can literally talk about
anything. We got to bring her back. We got to bring her back, because we can do, when it comes to the G League, the WNBA, and also the NBA, we'll have her on again. Don't worry, you guys. I know you're asking for it. She will be back. I will beg her if I have to. Thank goodness for Skype.
Oh, she certainly gets enough sleep, so she can wake up and do it. She can teach us a few things. We're going to step away for a quick second. When we come back, we will play a little double tap or not. We'll hustle up, get you out of here. Coming up next.
Ran me 10,000, I threw it like Brady. The foreign is yellow like Tracy and Katie. I trust in my niggas, they never betray me.
What's up, Grizzlies fans? I'm Meghan Triplett, and I have some exciting news to share. We have a new app. That's right. It's a 3-in-1 experience that you don't want to miss out on. Check this out. The app will keep you up to date on all of the Grizzlies stats and latest news. If you're looking to see what events are going on at FedEx Forum, that can all be found on the app as well. Plus, if you want to see more of me and the rest of the Grind City Media team, like Chris Vernon, Lang Whitaker, and Mike Wallace, there's a section for all that. It is 365 days of content to keep you in touch with all things Grizzlies, FedEx Forum, and GCM. And did I mention you can also purchase and manage tickets on the app? The app does it all. Download it now.
People are getting back out on the road, and your Toyota dealers say, welcome back, America. Now through August 3rd, get any adventurous new 2020 RAV4 and get $1,000 customer cash. Or lease a RAV4 LE for just $199 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for complete details, or go to buyatoyota.com. Today, tomorrow, Toyota.
In everything we do, defensive activity, offensive execution, play together, have an edge about us. Just play with an edge. Play with an edge and play together. Durant, block for Jared. Blocked by James. Dylan Brooks with authority. Tyus Jones to Brandon Clark. A turn and gun. He got it. Jones for three. Blocked by Jared. Yeah, stay together, Blue. Stay together. Way to roll me, kid. Let's leave it out there. Ja Morant with elevation.
The debate is whether he's a star or a superstar right now, which is what the headline and sort of the tweet suggests. But I'm liking that discussion right now with Ja Morant at point guard.
Tune in to grindcitymedia.com to follow Michael Wallace and Lane Whitaker as they debate the biggest topics in the NBA, the Grizzlies, it's IMHO. Mike and Lane will share their humble opinions on the hottest league water cooler news, providing insight, analysis, and a little heat. Watch and read weekly by visiting grindcitymedia.com or follow on Twitter at grindcitymedia today.
Since city's cold and empty, no one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're
Shout out to Xavier Moore. Shout out to Antoine here too, but Xavier Moore, he put in the YouTube chat, he was like, this is dope. You guys have people who cover the WNBA on here. We definitely will have people who cover the WNBA on here, and we'll talk about the WNBA a lot on this show, especially with the season coming back, and I am excited as well.
I'm too. I'm really making it a mission, and I'll self-admit it on here. I have not been as good at keeping up with the WNBA as I could. I hit the big topics and when things go viral, but I'm not as tapped in as I could be. And so that's my goal for this this bubble life season in Orlando.
I have a League Pass password I can share
Do
with
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
this
a
is
big
good.
WNBA fan, so and I have a WNBA League Pass. Shout out to the bosses for that one. So I can share it.
Wait, why don't we have the same bosses?
No, because I was a big last year I was so into it, and I was like, I need this.
Well, now we'll say it'll help the show.
We'll all share it.
We'll all share it because I'm
We'll
really
share it.
excited. I think it's going to be a good time, and hopefully we can get Mehan Mcpeak to come back on and talk about the WNBA and everything else.
Yeah, Brooklyn, send me my damn jersey.
You want the jersey. You got to get it. I mean,
I went on after you posted about it because I wanted one too, and I was just like, if he still hasn't gotten it, there's no hope.
Yeah,
There's no
I'm
hope.
sure a lot of people are mad about that.
I bought a Kelsey Plum jersey, and it took 2 weeks. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow just for
Kelsey
y'all.
Plum.
I'll wear
We
Kelsey
are
Plum
in a
jersey.
pandemic. We are in a pandemic, and the draft was during a pandemic, so we gotta give them a little leeway. Yeah.
Send me my jersey.
All right, we're going to play a little double tap or nah. See what we liked on social media or what we didn't sometimes too. Megan, you had this first one that
I
you
do.
pointed out yesterday.
Yes, I did. Okay, so I was on Instagram just scrolling through board.
As we do.
Yes, as we do. Looking at Khloe Kardashian's Instagram story. Yes, I follow Khloe Kardashian. I like them sometimes. It's a thing. But I saw on her Instagram, she woke up, I guess, at 5 a.m. and she had Rise and Grind. And I said, oh my goodness, this is advertisement for the show. She might have been watching, I don't know, but it's free advertisement. We did not pay for this, but Khloe Kardashian kind of shot us out on the show. Yes, I know Rise and Grind is a saying. Don't do that. Don't burst my bubble. I just got excited. Let me be me, please. And yes, I posted it.
She wanted to keep up with the latest Kanye news.
Yes.
We have been very consistent on covering their
And
family.
we have spoken highly of them and wishing nothing but the best for their family.
Yes.
All of them.
Rise
Shout out
and
to
grind.
True. True is the cutest. Her daughter's the cutest. But yeah, she watches the show. In my head, I thought we were friends.
She watches the show.
Yes.
Khloe Kardashian endorsed.
We
Rise
did
and
get
grind.
endorsed. I did hashtag ad for reasons because it
you.
pops up on there. You can see it.
Well done. Appreciate that hustle there.
No problem.
Something else we saw, Disney employees cheering on the Orlando Magic, and they say home court advantage doesn't exist in the bubble. Check this out.
That's so cute. They just giving them a little boost. It didn't work.
It looks like something from a horror movie.
It didn't work though because they lost to the Clippers 90 to 99, but that's okay. That's
okay.
besides the point. They actually do have fans. Like the Magic do have fans in the bubble.
They don't
Is
even have-
Orlando?
they don't
I
even
thought
have
about
fans in
moving to
real
Orlando
life.
for a hot second. I don't know.
Did
Everyone
you?
kept telling me, yeah, they're like, people don't really care about. We're a city of transplants, is what I constantly got. Like, there's no
That's true.
There are, of course, there are Orlando Magic fans, but it's harder in a city like Orlando where there are so many people from other places coming around, settling down.
There are Magic fans. Don't forget the Penny and Shaq days. That was a long
Right,
time ago.
but I was gonna say.
That's
It's a long time ago.
It's been a long time. But I will say I thought it was very nice. And Disney employees are just, they are a special brand of people. And I thought they were going to be out there being like, have a magical game, have a magical game, have a magical jump shot today. Like, they're just so polite, so nice. They've been forced to go back to work. I know, but yesterday they also pointed out how grateful they were for the NBA experience in bringing the bubble to Disney World because it it allowed a lot more people to go back to work and get their jobs back. So that's probably some like legit appreciation, like let's go teams, period,
Yes.
because we got to get back to work.
Yes, we do. So I like that. I liked it. Just hopefully it helps, it resonates from on the court.
Let's go, Jessica. Let's
See,
go,
it's
Megan. Does it get you
Let's
hyped?
go, Devin. Look, I show you love. There you go. It won't happen again, but it's fine. Just kidding.
Megan, I
What's
have
next?
a question for you.
Yes.
Would you ever surf on a basketball hoop? Yes, this is a real question we are asking today
Whoa.
because someone decided to be extra as
Ever.
HE double hockey sticks. And,
Doing the most. This is what happens when
doing
you
the
have too much time on your hands and you say, hey, what if we took a basketball hoop and tried to surf on it? Hey, I mean, it was funny. It was hilarious. And I would never do it because, as you see, thanks to Dorcas, my hair is luscious. I do not get this wet. My hair is I do not get this wet. And yeah, I'm being I like to be truthful and honest with the people. I do not like to swim. I do not swim. I've done swimming lessons. I have been saved twice. It is not for me. People have had to jump in to get me. I thought I was a goner, and I don't do it, and my hair looks too good to go swimming.
So that means if I have a pool party, I don't have to invite you?
I can sit there and look cute.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna get in the water.
You can be there. I went through a real weird like surfer girl phase.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're in LA. I've never gone surfing. I've never tried it.
It was when I was a kid, mostly, and like I wore a St. Christopher's medal because it protected the traveler, and that's what surfers did. And I got out there when we'd go to Hawaii because my family would always go to the Hawaii Bowl because my dad was the commissioner of the WAC. Long story, Hawaii. So we'd always go see them play, and we'd be there over the holidays. And I always was like, I'm gonna go surf. Like I'm a surfer. I found some old pictures of me surfing. We're talking baby waves. Like the waves are this big. I thought I was the coolest. No, you don't know how to surf. You know how to stand on a board in the middle of the ocean.
So would you try it?
Yes, I would.
You would try it?
That does look like, it does look like fun.
Devin, do you swim?
It looked like fun.
Yes, I'm a great swimmer. That's why my name is Black
So
Phelps.
will you try that?
CC the name on the Chris Vernon show. Black Phelps. I'm a great swimmer. Maybe.
Your name is Black Phelps?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Meg the reporter, Black Phelps. We gotta get a name for Jessica.
Oh, it's
We'll
coming.
find one.
Don't worry, it's
We'll
coming.
figure it happens.
It's coming.
We're only a
Let it
weekend.
happen
We got
naturally. Come on.
We
yeah.
haven't even got through the week. We all got nicknames. You're next tomorrow, probably.
Yikes.
We'll get you a name.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, let's move on to something that I thought was absolutely hilarious, and the whole Twitter world did too. Thanks to Taylor Rooks, she kind of called out Matisse Thybulle on this one. So she tweeted this out, just kind of saying that, hey, if you could, I mean, it's kind of cut off a little bit, but I guess Matisse didn't know that Nas sang Ether. He rapped on Ether. He thought it was Joe Budden, which I still think is really weird because he's so young. I wouldn't think he would even know Joe Budden like that either, but the fact that he didn't know it was Nas, it's so many different things.
It's like a double miss.
It's like
just
what?
a miss all
Yeah, I
around.
didn't get it. I was like, what? But we called him out. Everyone thought it was hilarious. Matisse Thybulle, he's so young.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't
But I
want to
did
sound like
like
the
it.
old head, but like Joe Budden had one song. One song, guys.
That's true.
One
But
song.
he's now known for being his great on the podcast. Like that's what we know, kind of like.
Yeah.
But the fact that he thought it was, I don't know. But I guess I would just assume that he would know. I don't know, Nas.
I saw Nas once.
That's
It was
a slap in the face, man.
It is. You don't compare Nas and Joe Budden.
yeah,
are now,
different.
now, Devin, do your.
Now,
That's
yes.
a 1 feed and a 16
Yeah.
different. When it
Sides
comes
of
to
the
the rap
spectrum.
game, when it comes to the rap game, it's two different things.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. You can't do that to this dishes. He's like one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And Joe Budden's one of not the greatest of all time.
He's just hanging on.
his podcast is great though. I'll say that.
Okay.
I listen to his. You
It
talk
is
about
good.
yeah.
You always
listen.
get good bites out of it when he has guests. It's always the best stuff. Or it's
listen to
always
it.
on the Shade Room. We're always like reposting it, but not when it comes to not comparing to Nas.
Not that.
Megan Triplett, big Shade Room fan.
I do like the Shade Room.
She's
Shade
referred
Room-
to it like 3 times in the last 2 hours.
Shade Room. Hey, they have people actually work for them.
She
And
got the
I-
highlights of the versus
You guys
battle
know I
on
get
the
the
Shade
you
Room.
know I get the gossip from it. That's the stuff you
good.
need.
It's good.
This
Devin,
is Megan Triplett. I'm stepping into the Shade Room.
Megan, the reporter on the Shade Room. Devin, I know you have a late round edition for Double Tap or Melon.
I do have a late round edition. It's something that I can relate to because
Okay.
I am a big chicken wing guy, and everybody that knows me knows I'm a big chicken wing guy. I eat chicken wings at least 4 times a week here at the FedEx Forum. But Rashawn Holmes, the guy who got in trouble for leaving the bubble, allegedly, guess what he left the bubble to go grab? Some chicken wings. The man wanted his chicken wings, so he left the bubble premises to grab some chicken wings. He commented yesterday, his quarantine period was over with. So he got in front of reporters yesterday, and they said, "What'd you do? What kind of food did you go get?" He said, "Man, I just wanted some lemon pepper wings. I did not know where the parameters were. I just wanted my wings." So shout out to Rashawn Holmes.
Did he get wings and fries? That's the big question.
That's the big question.
Oh, see, I love chicken wings, but you gotta have them both. Like, you can't. Who just gets wings? You want to side with that? No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Who does that?
Yeah, who does that?
Serial killers.
Yeah, you gotta have the wings with the fries. Like
you do. I love it. Oh man, chicken wings are good, and we know Memphis has some of the best. So I hope Orlando. I've never eaten the wings from Orlando. I've never actually partaken in that. I hope they're good.
It's just like
it better have been worth it. It better have been that honey gold dripping with the
No. Honey gold does not exist outside of this city.
Is that true? It does.
No.
It's a different type of honey gold, though.
Nowhere
It's a
I have
different-
lived have I.
Where
I
have you?
never
But
had,
you
I've
lived in,
lived
like-
Denver, LA, and Washington.
The places where
A little
I'm not
West
going to
Coast.
say it.
A
I
little
think
West Coast.
everyone else agrees with me.
Read,
But when you
read between the lines.
yes,
read between
the
lines.
places
But
where I've
LA,
gone.
How are there no honey gold in LA?
I can
Come
see
on.
that.
Yeah, I can see people in LA eat honey gold
I
sauce.
can see that too. Y'all like to be healthy and do like. You'll probably have like
Means
the
like a juice smoothie.
vegan honey gold sauce that you
Yes.
don't see as green.
Cauliflower
Yeah,
with
it's
honey
green.
gold
It's not.
sauce.
But yeah, that's like. So I hope the wings are really, really good. They had to have been worth it because.
Yeah.
You better have been licking your fingers, every single one, scraping the sauce or the salt, because you know that's a thing too. Ooh, seasoned lemon pepper. You better be like, gotta get every little last bite
See,
for it.
legit, I was not a chicken wing person until I moved to Memphis, and now it's one of my favorite foods.
Bone in, bone out. Which one are you?
Bone in.
Okay.
But before I moved here,
Respect.
I would have been bone out.
Those are chicken nuggets.
That's
Jessica.
not real chicken. I don't
Those
think
are-
that's real
Dude, I
chicken.
got my
chicken nuggets.
buffalo. I got my wings at Buffalo
That is
Wild
nuggets.
Wings before I moved
Ooh.
to Memphis. I know. I cringe. I'm sorry. Please don't.
I can't.
Make
I am
me a Buffalo
haunted.
Wild Wings person.
I am a haunted
and this is
person
no
because of
disrespect.
Buffalo Wild
This is
Wings.
no disrespect to Buffalo Wild Wings. Like
It
they are a
is.
great place to go watch March Madness games. I enjoy it greatly.
They have
I
good
haven't,
fries.
I haven't been since I moved here. But no, the wing game in Memphis changed my
Isn't
life.
that crazy? Buffalo Wild Wings used to be the place.
Really
What was
did.
it? 75-cent Tuesday night wing night.
Yes.
And then like that was a place to go to after the football games, right on Hacks Cross. That's where
When I
I got in
lived-
trouble a lot of times. That's where you go, hang out in the parking lot. Yes.
When I lived in the Tri-Cities, Washington, which is like, that's where I, small market startup out of college, I lived like 4 hours out of Seattle, and they didn't have a Buffalo Wild Wings. And when they opened a Buffalo Wild Wings, the line on day
That was
one,
the place.
I wore a Buffalo Wild Wings crown.
Wow.
Because they handed them out. Like, it's not like I had one in my
All
closet,
in.
but, you know, maybe. I was so excited. It was like Christmas Day, and now I'm here, and I'm just like, oh, changed my life.
Yeah, I have an admission, guys. We're slandering Buffalo Wild Wings, but when I was in Vegas at Summer League for 9 days last year, we won a championship. I ate Buffalo Wild Wings 6 times. Just.
If it's convenient and there, I'll eat it. It's just very far away. I live downtown here. Like, it's a very far jaunt for me to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I will make that jaunt to go to other wing places.
What's your favorite wing spot?
I like Wing Guru.
Okay.
That's good.
I do.
Hey, Jerry Jackson got a sauce. That
He
works
does,
for
and
us.
it's a great
It's
sauce.
good.
I like Guru.
Ching's, hot wings.
New Wing Order. I tried New Wing Order at the golf tournament last year. Their wings were
Now, are
legit.
you? I despise party wings. You got to be a whole wing. I want to break it and pull it apart. I want the big whole
Cry
wing.
me with it. With the wing eating.
What? I eat a lot. That's.
I like the dainty party wings. I like party wings. 'Cause I can eat more, and I feel like I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
like
that's
a
the next.
weenie.
Maybe that's the next step I need to make to become like a real wing eater.
A
is
whole wing.
to
'Cause you went-
start
you went from the
ordering whole wings.
nuggets-
Chris gets the whole wing, so I'll like have one of his.
The whole wings are so much better. It's more chicken on it. It looks beautiful. The whole wing, like the little party wings, they're so skinny. Like, come on.
You can eat more. You can switch up the flavors. I'm a big half and half
But can
person.
you eat more?
Big half and half.
Because now the party wings, they come in different sizes. Some of them are this big, and some of them, like, you get so upset. Like, what is this? What is this?
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Who would have thought? 9:30 a.m. Great wing conversation.
Chris just texted me, whole wings are where it at. Wow, bone
Chris and I
in.
could be best friends. Jessica, you were almost there, but now.
Yeah, Chris shouts you out on Twitter. Like, you guys are moving
We are.
very quickly into that friendship without ever. Will
Meeting.
you meet? I don't know.
One day after
Will you be able to
COVID-19.
meet? Who knows? All right, let's hustle up. Let's get out of here.
We got to
Enough
go.
wing talk, and now I'm hungry and would like to eat.
What we got
wings.
for the evening?
Well, we have Chris Vernon show coming up at noon right here on Grind City Media. Devin, you know what you got cooking today?
No, I do not know
Okay,
what we have
but it's
cooking,
great.
but it's going to be us. We're going to have fun. Vernon, Roser, me, talk about the latest news. We have media availability. The Grizzlies
Right.
will talk at 10:45. We have the Grind City Wrestling Podcast coming later today. Also, we have the newest edition of Odds Couple.
We got a lot of
it's
stuff coming up on
opening
Grind City.
day. It's opening day in baseball, so Odds Couple, Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, they chop it up about baseball. So yeah, stay tuned.
Big thanks to Rob Fisher for coming on the
I
show.
know.
So support him. Check that out.
And we have something before we go. I want to end the show on this. Will Smith made an amazing video. Something that I never thought of. Check out the Instagram video that he made with a jump rope.
Hey, have any of y'all ever wondered, what does the rope see when you jump it?
The music's everything. That was his shit. I fell out laughing when I saw that. And the fact that he posted it on his Instagram, and yes, someone did it. Everyone was going like, oh, you got entangled there. Boom, boom. And he started blocking people. He's, I'm blocking you for these jokes. But like, he had to have thought that was coming with the jump rope.
But I got to say shout out to Will, because the previous post before that, he made a joke about him struggling in 2020. So he's been a good sport about it. Shout out to Will, man.
What other
he's a
way
funny
can you
dude.
be? I guess.
Slow-mo jump rope.
Yeah.
Whenever you see Entangled, man, Will Smith and Jada's face will in August, of course, will be there.
Can you imagine like when kids are growing up down the road and you're like learning words in the English language, and when you look in the dictionary, it's like, what does entangled mean? And everything that
it's
comes
going to
with
change.
it.
It's going to change. And it's like, well, that is when you have met your significant other, but he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, but he still calls and texts you, and you go on dates, but he's not ready for marriage. So what we're going to now call is an entanglement. But he loves you, though. He does love you, but he still wants to kind of do his own thing, and you can do your own thing, but y'all will still be, that's what's up.
Your kids are going to be so on top of it.
I know.
Yeah, they're going to be
Or messed up. I'm not quite sure. Or messed up.
entangled.
First team
Very
all
entangled.
shade room. First team all shade room over here.
Oh, gosh. Thanks for being here with us this morning. We have a lot of fun. Hope you did too. We will see you tomorrow. We rise, you grind. Let's go.
This has been Rise and Grind with Jessica and Meghan. Tune in live daily at 8 a.m. or on demand by heading to grindcitymedia.com or Grind City Media on YouTube.